Hi, friends. Welcome to the first December of this year as we go into the Christmas season. I am very thankful that something that God gave me and instilled in me is a pretty good sense of direction. And I have family members that will contact me and ask me, how do I get from here to there? Um, it's just something that I am gifted with. And as I travel, especially to Missouri to see my mom, I know the mile marker numbers very well. I know the best places to get off and go to the restroom or get a bite to eat. I know how far it is to the next destination just because I have traveled this road so many times. I'm also gifted with the ability to read and how to fold a road map. We don't use road maps so much anymore because we've become a little spoiled by the convenience of what is called a GPS, a global positioning system. But we have to be careful in using a GPS. You can enter the name of a particular business and set go, and it will direct you to turn here and turn there and to go here and to go there. And if you're not careful, you might end up at a warehouse and not where the business is supposed to be. And I hope this doesn't happen to you and your family, especially if you're looking for a restroom to use. It's happened to me more than once. To me, compasses are a very useful tool, and that's what a GPS system is kind of based on. They A compass is also a very delicate instrument. They are designed to always point to magnetic North Pole, but when there are other magnetic influences near them, they can point you in the wrong direction. If you were to plot a course across the ocean and you were just 1 degree off at the beginning, that may not seem 1 degree doesn't seem like much at the beginning, but over time, it could be the difference between arriving at your destination or being lost at sea. If you were doing it by air, it could be the difference between landing where you intended and running out of fuel over the ocean. Man did not invent magnetic North Pole for compasses to point to. God, in his infinite wisdom, when he created the earth, put it in place. Man only discovered what God had placed from the beginning of time. God knew that someday man would discover this, so he made it possible. I like what the writer of Hebrews says, and he must have known something about sailing, navigation, or travel. Hebrews 2:1, we must pay the most careful attention, therefore, to what we have heard so that we do not drift away. What do we need to do to stay on course? As we navigate, one of the things that a navigator must do is regularly check their bearings. It's not something that you just set and you forget about it. You've got to pay careful attention. Even with a GPS, you might not hear its directions to turn here or turn there, and then you're going down the wrong road and it begins to recalculate. In Hebrews, what we just read later on, he says, let us fix our eyes on Jesus. In other words, fix your eyes on the destination because there are so many things that are going to try to steer you off course. The magnetic forces that are not true magnetic north might pull us towards the pursuit of what isn't real or what fascinates us. Our enemy, the devil, is trying to always pull us off course, put our compass on something that is not true because he is always out to steal, kill, and destroy. And keep in mind, smooth water never made a sailor. And the enemy, when he tries to distract us, it is not a quick turn. It's a slow death, slow distraction. So where are you headed right now? I'm not talking about physically. I mean, you may be going to work, you may be going to meet somebody, but what direction are you headed spiritually? Is your compass a degree or more off course? What or who is your compass pointing to? People are an okay compass point as long as they are not taking the ship down. Drifting away happens when we stop paying attention to our destination. In the busyness of the season, I believe that it's very important that we are careful not to drift away from what Christmas is really about. We can't focus on the right now. I think we need to keep the distance or the destination. We need to be looking ahead. We get caught up in who do I need to get this for or that for, or who will I see and where will I go, where will I be. But remember, Christmas is not just about Jesus being born. It's about his returning someday, and that we need to be ready for his return. So we need to always be looking ahead. We need to be careful, pay careful attention so that we don't drift too far away from where Jesus is and what Jesus would have us be doing. He desires that we love him and that we love others as he has loved us. As you navigate today with your eyes open, where might Jesus be directing you to sail? You might be the one getting someone else back on course through some of the smallest of actions. It is when we get our priorities out of order, we begin to drift. Remember, God first, family second, others next. And when we put ourselves at the end of the line, Jesus has the ability to exalt us, and he moves us to the front where he is. Let us keep our eyes on Jesus this season so we don't drift.